7 signs women see you as weak and how to fix them. Did you know that women can instinctively detect subtle behaviors that indicate weakness? Psychology reveals that these unnoticed cues greatly shape how women perceive you, often impacting their level of respect and attraction. A lot of men unknowingly show these signs, thinking they're being considerate or accommodating, when in fact they're slowly eroding their own presence. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 signs that make women see you as weak, and more importantly, how to fix them so you become a more confident and desirable man. 1. You constantly seek her validation. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a man can possess. Still, many men unknowingly weaken their own confidence by always looking for validation from women they're interested in. If your decisions constantly depend on her approval, whether it's what to wear, where to eat, or how to behave, you're signaling that you lack self-assurance. While asking for her opinion is normal, relying too heavily on her input can make you appear unsure and insecure. Picture this. You're out on a date, and instead of choosing what you want to eat, you ask, "Do you think I should get the steak or the pasta?" While that might sound harmless, continuously turning to her for small decisions becomes a red flag. Women are naturally drawn to men who know who they are. If you're always looking to her for reassurance, she might start feeling like she's the one leading the relationship, which could slowly kill her attraction. To break this habit, start trusting yourself more. Make your choices with confidence, even in minor situations. Women respect men who know what they want and stick to their decisions. Instead of always asking for approval, express your preferences. If she disagrees, that's okay, but don't let that shake your confidence. The more certainty you show in your actions, the more admiration and respect you'll naturally attract. 2. You avoid confrontation at all costs. Being agreeable and avoiding unnecessary conflict can be good, but if you refuse to stand up for yourself when needed, it's a clear sign of weakness. Women notice when a man avoids addressing issues, especially when he's being disrespected. If you're the kind of guy who lets things slide even when it's unfair, it sends the message that you lack a backbone, and that's unattractive. Imagine you spent hours planning the perfect date, and she spends the entire evening glued to her phone. Rather than speaking up, you just laugh it off or act like it doesn't bother you. You might think you're being chill, but she might see you as someone who doesn't value himself enough to expect respect. Women admire men who set boundaries. Allowing mistreatment without calling it out makes her respect for you drop. But setting boundaries doesn't mean being aggressive. It means calmly and firmly standing up for yourself. If something she does bothers you, express it directly, but respectfully. A woman who truly respects you will respond positively to your confidence. To fix this, you need to build self-respect. If something feels off, don't bottle it up to keep the peace. Speak up when needed. Don't tolerate constant disrespect. Women don't want someone they can walk over. They want someone who values himself and demands the same in return. 3. You overshare your insecurities too early. Being emotionally open is a good thing, but there is a line between healthy vulnerability and oversharing to the point it feels like a burden. Women value honesty, but they're not looking to become your personal therapist, especially in the early stages of dating. Picture this. You're on your second date, and instead of just getting to know each other, you start unloading your fears and anxieties. You talk about how you hate your job, how public speaking terrifies you, and how you've never felt good enough in relationships. She might politely listen, but deep down, she's feeling overwhelmed. Women respect men who admit their struggles, but even more so, men who are actively working to overcome them. If you're constantly looking to her to soothe your self-doubt, she may begin to see you as lacking emotional strength. Instead of venting all your insecurities, focus on sharing your goals and growth. Talk about your challenges in a way that shows you're working through them, not just stuck in them. To fix this, be intentional about when and how you open up. Emotional depth becomes attractive when paired with strength and progress. Show her that you're aware of your struggles, but that they don't define you. This balance is what earns admiration, not pity. 4. You try too hard to impress her. There is a thin line between showing confidence and showing desperation, and a lot of men unknowingly cross it by trying way too hard to impress a woman. Whether it's constantly bragging, exaggerating your achievements, or flexing your lifestyle, trying too hard often makes you look insecure. For instance, if you're on a date and you keep bringing up how much money you make, how many people you know, or all the great things you've done, she's going to see it for what it is: overcompensation. Yes, women admire success, but what is even more attractive is a man who is so secure in himself that he doesn't need to talk himself up constantly. The key here is being authentic. Rather than proving your worth with words, let your quiet confidence and actions speak louder. Be genuine, be yourself. Trust that your value will shine through without needing constant validation. 5. You lose emotional control during disagreements. Disagreements are part of any relationship, but if you lose your temper easily, get overly defensive, or act out emotionally, she's going to see you as someone who lacks self-control. Emotional stability is a core trait women look for in a man. Blowing up over minor issues signals immaturity and emotional instability. Instead of reacting on impulse, practice staying composed. Take a breath, listen first, and respond calmly. Women admire men who can stay grounded under pressure and resolve conflicts without aggression or emotional drama. Number 6, you apologize too often, even when it's not your fault. Apologizing when you are genuinely wrong shows maturity, but constantly saying sorry for things that aren't your fault can make you look insecure and overly submissive. Women notice when a man lacks confidence in his own actions and second-guesses himself too often. Imagine you arrive a few minutes late to a date because of traffic and you immediately over-apologize. "I'm so sorry, I feel terrible, I should have left an hour earlier." Then, later in the conversation, you apologize again for interrupting her, for laughing too loud, or for having a different opinion. It might seem polite, but over-apologizing actually signals that you're unsure of yourself and afraid of disapproval. Instead of boosting your likability, it can quietly undermine her respect. To fix this, be selective with your apologies. Say sorry only when it's truly necessary, when you've made a real mistake. Otherwise, own your actions confidently. Women admire men who take responsibility without always bending over backward for approval. Confidence doesn't mean arrogance. It means being secure enough to stand by your words and choices without feeling the need to constantly make up for them. 7. You let her make all the decisions. While being accommodating might seem like a respectful thing to do, always letting her decide everything, where to go, what to do, or even how fast the relationship progresses, can come off as passive and unassertive. Women want a partner, not someone who just goes along with everything. If she feels like she's always leading the way, it can make her feel like she's in control of the relationship, and not in a good way. Imagine this. She asks what movie you want to watch, and you say, "Anything you like." Later, she asks where you want to eat, and again you say, "You decide." At first, she might think you're just being easygoing, but eventually, she'll feel like she's carrying the relationship's direction on her own. The fix? Take initiative. Make suggestions, plan dates, express opinions. Show her you have preferences and that you're not afraid to lead. Women appreciate a man who can confidently guide, not dominate, but contribute with intention. Leadership in a relationship doesn't mean control. It means being proactive, reliable, and decisive. That's what builds attraction and respect. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Please like, comment, and share if you want to keep these videos coming.